Good morning. Please tell me you've had mornings that have already gone to plan B by 6 o'clock a.m. I went to pull out of my driveway, and my husband's car was behind me, and he's a double amputee, and I can't drive his car because it's got all this special configured stuff. So I had to go to plan B and think, where am I going to walk? But I found a place. It's not quite as soothing as the ocean. You'll hear some traffic on Highway 1 to the side of me, but it's still beautiful. It still works. And sometimes plan B is where it's at. And he was so sweet. He called out and said, "Do you want me to put my legs on and move the car?" And I'm like, heck no. So, plan B coming at you. Redox or detox? Which do you need? My answer to that is both. Let's start with detox because so many of us are familiar with detox. So tell me, I want to know, um, share with me what you've done to detox. Oh my gosh, the list of what I've done is long. I'm going to share with you some of the things that I've done that were a little more, oh gosh, dang it. Oh gosh, I'm getting, sorry, getting eaten by mosquitoes. Ugh. Okay, plan B might be plan B plus mosquitoes. So I might be slapping myself a little bit along the way. So, detox. I have done a 30-day monitored, I didn't do it without a doctor, 30-day monitored water fast. That was back in the day when I was having tons of seizures, and even the water I was drinking was setting my body off. And so I did a water fast at a clinic. It was intense. I have done, for those of you in the Coffee Bum Club, I've done coffee enemas. I still do coffee enemas. Oh, gosh, this might be a short one as I run back. Because they help increase bile. Anytime we increase bile, we have a better ability to detox toxins. So tell me, what have you done? Oh, good morning. Oh, love a good plan B. Shelly, my plan B is loaded with mosquitoes. Um, Good morning. Good morning. Coffee enemas, supplements, sauna. Oh, yes, sauna. Oh, sauna is solid. I'm a sauna girl. One of the most powerful things you can do to detox. Now, let's define detox. Detox is when you take toxic chemicals away and you increase mitochondrial function, ultimately, is what you're doing. Anytime you increase mitochondrial function, you're increasing your body's ability to function. Now, let's oh gosh, let's let's talk about redox because I don't think that's quite as familiar of a concept as detox is, but it's even deeper than detox. So redox is when you change the electron transfer of atoms. And when you do that in your body, you are decreasing oxidative stress and it increases substantially mitochondria function. Mitochondria function is where it's at. Oh, okay. Five's a charm, right? Got to power through this. So, when you increase your redox, it is one of the most powerful ways to increase mitochondrial function. One of the things that I learned when I had my health crash, seizures, wheelchair, all that stuff, couldn't eat, needed help taking the waste out of my body, putting the food back in my body with tubes, was I learned chasing symptoms is expensive. Chasing symptoms is so expensive. And it's exhausting and it's frustrating. And When you're in the mode of chasing symptoms, for me, there was a level of desperation behind it. Yesterday, for those of you that are in Course 7 that were on the call, we talked about um, perfectionism and what drives us. And when we're chasing symptoms, we're being driven by desperation. And we talked about building a trust bank. One of the 10 things that's crucial to walk away from perfectionism is building your trust bank. One of the ways to build your trust bank of the 10 that we talked about was to do what you say you're going to do on little teeny tiny things. If you say, like for me, I feel better when there's no dishes in the morning when I wake up. If I say, I'm going to bed with a clean kitchen tonight, that needs to happen. I need to follow through on my word. And that helps you build your trust bank. When you build your trust bank, you're walking away from perfectionism. Another way to tell if you, and people come at me about this one, but I'm going to throw it out there because it helps people understand. I'm not saying sales are bad. I'm saying if you are obsessive about sales and only do things when it's on sale, that's an indication of a trust bank issue. And you can buy whatever you want on sale. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's an indication, and that you're driven by desperation that more money will not come in. You don't trust that process. Now, you can still buy all the sales, but change the fuel of what's fueling it. So remember that boundary we set at the beginning? If people get snarky about that one, I'm going to block you. It's just life's too short to put up with it. It's a true concept. And I'm not saying you can't use sales. I'm saying most of the time, when someone is very sale oriented and they have to have a sale, it's a trust bank issue. Just change the energy that drives you to that sale. That's all I'm saying. Building that trust bank. So when we're building that detox and we're doing things to detox, Redox is a lot more powerful. And we need to understand the process that's happening in our body. So when you're building Redox, it's changing the oxidative level of stress in your body. Now, oxidative, that's a word I had to wrap my head around. I don't know about you, but I had to. So I want to share with you how I look at it. Oxidative, think of rust. Oxidative is rust in your body. And when your body has rust at the cellular level, it doesn't function well. It doesn't detox well. It doesn't have good mitochondrial function. And so doing redox helps that. So how do we improve redox? You and I are doing it right now. This beautiful morning sunshine. Now for me today, I'm in, he's looking at me like, why are you on your phone, lady? So today is probably one of the first days I haven't had massive marine layer. And so just because I haven't been able to see the sun rise doesn't mean I'm not getting the benefit. The sun, specifically early morning rays, increases our redox. That's one of the things that we're doing. The sun recodes our DNA. It recodes it through electromagnetism. So think of like a scanner. You know, when you go to the store, do you ever go to the self-checkout and there's a scanner and you scan the little barcode? Our body has a barcode. Have you ever had the experience where your barcode won't scan? So you have to hit the help button and they have to come help you and override. They have to override that barcode and put it in correctly. Maybe the barcode got wet. Maybe it was printed not so great. The sun puts our barcode back to what it was meant to be. That early morning sunshine recodes us. It puts our DNA back through electromagnetism. There's no other time better than spring, summer, and fall to do that. I'm going strong right now, recoding my DNA, cleaning up those little snippets, epigenetics. I'm cleaning up the DNA in my body to increase my redox. Now, redox happens more efficiently in a magnesium. Oh, good morning, Erin. Happy Friday to you. Good morning, Lorene. So redox happens more efficiently. Oh, goodness. Redox happens more efficiently in a body that's magnesium rich because redox needs a signaling system. If you want those electrons on the outside wall of your mitochondria to transfer to increase your redox, you need a magnesium rich environment. Magnesium rich environment, not a calcium rich environment. And most of us are in a calcium rich environment unless we've actively done something to get rid of all of that synthetic calcium. It's everywhere. I'm prepping today for a class that I'm going to teach in a Facebook group that I'm running. And someone had asked me, the French eat so much, bread, and they're so much healthier than we are as a society. One of the reasons, there's several. One of the reasons is they do not fortify their food with synthetic vitamins. They don't. Synthetic vitamins mess up our DNA coding. They change it. Synthetic vitamins. So no, I do not take oral magnesium. And I'm kind of excited. Studies are starting to come out that show this because, well, not in a, okay, this is going to sound really arrogant, but I'm going to say it, and hopefully you and I are friends enough that you'll understand where I'm coming from. It's been so frustrating at times because some people are like, well, show me the evidence. It just makes sense. Now there's scientific evidence that's starting to come out that those synthetic vitamins, you can't eat cold cereal and get healthy. You know that. I know that. Why would we pay for the same synthetic vitamins at the health food store at 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 times the price? It just makes sense. And for those of you that need a study, they're starting to come out. The French do not fortify their food. We've been fortifying our food, I think 1920. It started, it might have been 1910, 1920. We started fortifying our food. Iodine and salt was the first one. So it's crucial we have a magnesium-rich environment. When we do, and when we're hydrated, because remember, magnesium is hydrophilic, and right now we have typically our Calm Black Friday sale is our best pricing. It's right now because pricing has increased. We will definitely give the best pricing. The Calm Black Friday sale is a gratitude sale. It's my way of saying thank you for supporting our family business throughout the year. Right now, you're not going to see better prices at Calm Black Friday because shipping went through the roof, you guys. It was crazy. And we've had to adjust prices a little bit. Now, Team Good Life, our shipping team, is working their butts off to be more efficient and putting less payroll hours and to getting the magnesium ready, but there is a price increase. So right now, magnesium has an indefinite shelf life. You don't need a coupon code, livingthegoodlifenaturally.com. I am going to sing it from the rooftops until the 12th. That sale is over on the 12th. A lot of the things that we've talked about that I dearly love are on sale also. My goal is that no emails come in and say, Kristen, I didn't hear about the sale. I've sent emails, I've sent texts, I've talked about it every day on this. I don't want that 100 or so emails saying, I didn't hear about the sale. Because after the sale is over, I cannot extend that to you. It's done on the 12th. Redox happens more efficiently in a magnesium-rich, hydrated body. Drink your water. While you're walking with me in the morning, hopefully you're not getting bit by mosquitoes. While you're walking with me, you might need to increase your water. I am such a proponent of tracking because tracking helps you know where you're at. Tracking will also shine the light on your inner dialogue, how negative your inner dialogue is. And if you don't like tracking, it's because you're beating yourself up with the tracking results. It helps you to know what you need. Track your water. Nobody can tell you how much water you need. No one. If they don't understand how your body works. Nobody can tell you how much water. And so, good morning, Sherry. So glad to have you here over from YouTube. So track your water. Where are you hydrated? And no one can take that away from you once you know, because redox, that transfer of electrons on the outside of the mitochondrial, I think it's pathway 1, because there are several pathways in the mitochondria. I believe it's pathway 1. They need magnesium to be signaled. They need a hydrated body to increase redox. When you increase redox, they are transferring electrons more efficiently, and you are getting healthier. And your body's ability to change the oxidative stress levels, you can't get healthy in a body that has loads of oxidative stress. Just doesn't happen. Now, another thing that increases redox is iodine. Iodine is so important. Now, I know many of you are going to have questions and you're going to say, well, I can't take iodine, or I have Graves, or this or that. Check into iodine on your skin, because iodine on your skin takes a different pathway than iodine orally. And you do have to have your cofactor set up to take iodine orally. You've got to have selenium, you've got to have magnesium, you've got to be able to take a good vitamin C with a strong copper core. I use acerola. I think that's on sale too. So orally, you do have to be set up correctly. You do have to have a certain level of thyroid function. And if you take it too fast or too much, you can decrease that, your thyroid function. And we don't want to do that. Remember, we want to increase our redox. And so putting it on your skin is a completely different pathway for iodine. There are different pathways in your body, different ways for things to happen and work. And when you put it on your skin, you're increasing the redox. And you don't have to have all those things in place. Now, the iodine that we bring in for living the good life naturally, I worked with the chemist personally because I had been carrying another brand, and then they they wouldn't sell it to me. And there's so many politics on supply chains. It's crazy. They wouldn't sell it to me because we were selling so much, and they felt like we were outpacing them. So I went straight to the chemist who was doing it, and I said, hey, I love this iodine because it's not in alcohol base When it's in an alcohol base, it evaporates faster off of your skin and it etches the outside of the atom of the iodine and doesn't give you the full benefit. So he changed the process a little bit because the glycerin that they used was so sticky that it was gross putting it on your skin. It was really gross. Well, I thought it was gross. Some people didn't mind it. Some people were with me and thought it was gross. And so it's not as sticky as it used to be. Put iodine in the soft tissue areas of your body. So underneath your arm, inside of thigh, over your tummy, around your breasts, soft tissue areas absorb the most. I like to put it right over my thyroid. On that one, you'll need to be careful where your thyroid function is at because it will absorb and go to your bloodstream right on your thyroid specifically. So make sure you know what you're doing there. How do you know if you have low redox? Let's talk about that. Low sex drive, low redox. Slow wound healing, low redox. Type 2 diabetes, low oh my gosh. Mosquitoes. Why do we have mosquitoes? They've got to be good for something. I'm going to move over to this side of the road. There's like a wetland right there. I think that's why I'm getting so many. Note to self, make sure my car is pulled out so I don't have to walk this road again. So, oh gosh. The cool thing, I'm almost like every single one of them I've gotten. They're really slow moving this morning. So that's good. So let's see, let's go back to redox. Other redox things, you wake up tired. Oh gosh, that's slow redox. You crash in the afternoon, that's slow redox. You get sick every single time something goes around. You get sick, that's slow redox. Your skin doesn't look healthy. You have a pallor to it, that's slow redox. You cramp a lot. Periods are irregular. Headaches, migraines, very slow redox. We want to increase that redox. Now, I'm not saying I'm throwing detox out the door because it plays a role also. But I think because they can't sell us sunshine, they can't say, hey, here's my profit margin on telling you about redox because it's the sun, morning sun, watching those rays come up. That's what straightens back out your DNA code. Just like that little grocery store strip. That's what I like to think of when I think about it. So, detox or redox? What are you doing? Did anything connect for you today? Share with me what connected with you, because I know redox is something we just don't talk about it a lot in the natural health world. But we talk about detox all the time. Oh, one thing, I think I got distracted with a mosquito. Imagine that. One thing I wanted to talk about on detox. So I used to buy so many things to detox. Guess what? When you give your body what it needs, it can detox on its own. Magnesium-rich environment, iodine, and fiber. When you give your body fiber, here's what happens. When it hits the small intestine going into the large intestine, that fiber, if you have enough fiber in your diet, the bile attaches and it travels from the small intestine to the large intestine. And that bile is cycling and it has all the toxins. If you don't have enough fiber and you do all of these detox things, you're not going to get as much benefit. Now, I personally I don't buy detox things anymore. I give my body what it needs and allow it to detox itself. It's been a much better way. It's me not chasing symptoms. Fiber is crucial. Now, if you have SIBO, that's going to be really tough. You got to get on top of your SIBO. If you have irritable bowel syndrome, that's going to be tough. You got to get on top of your irritable bowel. The way to do that, recode through that sunshine, morning sunshine, walk for an hour. Remember our talk about sugar and too much sugar, and our body only needs a teaspoon and a half a teaspoon more than what we need. I want you to estimate how many days, because the average person gets 32 teaspoons. We're giving our kids 32 teaspoons. I want you, I've got to be quiet right here. There's a lot of people that are sleeping. This little campsite. There's a lot of people that do even more than 32 grams of sugar. So I want you to think of all the days that you've had more than what your body needs in sugar. You created inflammation through that sugar. Get up in the morning sun, recode your body. Think about dropping the sugar and increase that fiber if possible and allow your body to detoxify. I am going to go into this fall the healthiest, the strongest I've ever been. In the winter, we lose some of those rays. And so in the spring, summer, and fall, we need to do everything we can to gather them, to collect them, so that our pineal can continue to spread that in our body in the winter months. So I would love to know. Oh, Shelley says, redox is just as important as detoxing. Yeah, fully understand redox. Oh, I want to sit with you, Leanne, because I'm still wrapping my head around all the layers and the pathways. There's just so much to learn about redox and the different things. I do know this. The most important thing for redox cannot be sold to you. And it's you getting out of bed, saying you're going to do it, and then doing it, building your trust bank and walking in the morning and allowing the morning sun to recode your DNA back to what it was. There's nothing else that does it like the morning sun. I have had a couple of you send in texts and emails that have said, Kristen, I've only done it 3 days this week and I'm feeling more energetic and more hopeful than I ever have. Sandra, yeah, a lot of us. Oh, yeah, a lot of us. Oh, I missed the first part. Leanne, please forgive me. As I'm bouncing and on StreamYard, it's this little, so I'll go back. So, didn't fully understand. Yeah, it's a process. But what do you do when you want to eat an elephant? Not that I'd want to, but you take it one bite at a time. And so now that you understand, hopefully, and you've made that connection to what early morning sun does, you'll add that early morning sun. I know I've had to really change because I was getting it a couple days a week, but I wasn't getting it every day. And I've had to really change my husband and I's nighttime routine. Those of you that still have kids at home, completely different. Those of you that are like me and don't. But whatever is happening in the evening, we have to change our systems. And remember, you won't have a perfect system. And that's what stops women from creating health, is wanting that perfect system. The system, like today, I have such a system set up and I forgot to move my car behind my husband's and had to go to plan B. That a perfectionist would go to all or nothing. Oh, I can't walk today because I can't drive to where it's the best. I went second best with lots of mosquitoes and I may have to go there again. So you're never going to have a perfect system, but you are going to fine tune your system and learn what works for you, what doesn't work for you. And that's the journey of creating health. So, Christy, I noticed you said morning sun. It's brighter here around noon. So wouldn't that be best for me? Oh, Christy, this is a great question. I'm so glad I saw it and could read it. So, Christy, the morning each, I get sun 3 times a day. Now, may not be appropriate for you too if you're still eating sugar. The noonday sun has the highest UV ray, and if you're eating sugar, it's going to cause damage, not give you benefit. The morning sun in the sunrise and the evening sun in the sunset have a spectrum of color that we don't get any other time of the day. No other time of the day do we get that. And so the morning sun is what recodes DNA. Yes, you get massive benefit in the middle of the day if you're not eating sugar. The morning sun, though, have you noticed all of the gene issues like, oh, I can't do this and I can't do that? And it's just increasing and increasing and increasing. Now, yes, that's happening in our bodies, but we can stop it. Epigenetics is real. We can turn those genes off that aren't functioning in our body. And we do that by walking in the sunrise and getting those spectrum of colors recoding our DNA. So it was lovely. Oh, Sandra, I love that. Taking one step at a time to get my health back. Oh, you're so welcome. I'm so glad, Sandra, that you've learned. My goal is that you learn and then take action. Every morning when I do my visualization, I think of us all together. Wouldn't that be fun to walk together? I think that would be so fun. I think of us all together walking, just letting that morning sun take us back to our potential. Think of the change we could create in the world. Think of the change we could create in our family if we were wired back into our potential. The morning sun does that. Now, the midday sun with more UV, it's beneficial. Absolutely, it's beneficial. There's nothing that replaces the morning sun and the spectrum of color that you get, because our cells have that same spectrum of colors inside the cell. And so we've got to connect back with the sun. We've got to connect back and straighten out that DNA and get wired back into our potential. My name's Kristen Bowen. I'm the founder of Living the Good Life Naturally. If we haven't met yet, it's so nice to have you here. So glad. Oh my gosh, mosquitoes again. So glad to have you here. And we are doing Walk With Me every single morning. Oh, I love it, Lorene. I love that. We are walking together, aren't we? I just always want to take things. I always want to take things into real life anytime that I can. So I love social media because I wouldn't have met a lot of you if it weren't through social media. But I love to take it to real life. That's the funnest, I think, that deeper connection. So we do these walk with me's. The recordings are up of past walk with me's. They won't stay up forever though. We're going to pull some of them down and make them pretty and use them for other things. So please know those walk with me's are not just there forever. And we are doing a walk with me every single morning through July. And then in August, I'm really excited about August. In August, we're doing a magnesium 30-day challenge where we're going to soak in magnesium together. So now's a great time to grab your magnesium for that. But that I'll do in the evening time. So I'll do that in the evening in August. But we'll do that live just like we're doing this. We'll stream it on YouTube and stream it on Facebook. It was lovely being with you. With that cough coming on, I'll say goodbye. Have the best day. Bye-bye.